Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Raw Radiant Health, and I'm Natasha, and thank you so much for joining me. So today I'm going to be showing you my ultimate favorite recipe. This is the best. This is a vanilla lime watermelon slushie. Once you have this, there is no turning back. You will never crave another junk food slushy drink again in your life. And I tell you, this is the most rehydrating, replenishing, cooling drink. Perfect after any workout and perfect on a hot summer's day. Easy, easy, easy. All you need is some watermelon and some ice, a lime, and if you can, this is optional, a little bit of stevia, the green stevia, not the white stevia. Stevia that's white, you've got to kind of wonder, like, where did it come from? Stevia it's leaves, it's a plant. So if it's somehow been white, like, there's been some hardcore processing going on, and there's probably some fillers in there, and who knows what else. So if you have white stevia at home, don't go crazy, it's not a big deal, but just use it up and then buy green stevia, because then you know it's closer to the source. Or even better, if you have a stevia plant. I'm still looking for a stevia plant. But right now, I've just got the green powder, which is fine. And if you've got either vanilla powder or vanilla bean, as you can see right here, I'm going to show you actually how to make vanilla powder out of the vanilla bean. Because I know I can't get vanilla powder here, and I wouldn't even know where to buy it, and it's super easy to make on your own. So if you've got vanilla powder, use that. But if you've got vanilla bean, I will show you how to make the powder. So let's get started first on the vanilla powder. And this is optional. Like, if you don't have this at all, you can still make the watermelon slushie that I'm going to be showing you how to make today. But if you've got the vanilla, it is so good. All right, so let's get started. So pretty much with the vanilla bean, you want it to be really dried out. Like, I mean, it shouldn't bend. It should just, like, literally, it is so dried out that it just breaks. And how you make sure that it's dried out, because normally when you buy a vanilla bean, it's actually going to be quite soft and a little bit moist in order to sort of slice it and get the little the seeds in the center of the bean. That's normally how it's sold, but to make the vanilla powder and to actually use the entire bean, you're better off drying it out completely. The best way, this is a culinary tip on how to dry out vanilla beans, and this is great because, as you'll see, I'm going to show you right now, is the best way to dry out vanilla beans is, you see in here, these are vanilla beans, and this is a jar of sugar. I took out half the sugar, normally it's filled up to the top, and the vanilla beans are covered. If I smell this, the sugar smells so good. Unfortunately, I don't eat sugar, but I can give this sugar away to someone that does. Or what I do is I actually use it for body scrubs or facial scrubs. So I do keep the sugar, it's an organic sugar, and I store my vanilla beans in here. This is a great way of storing vanilla beans. I came back from Bali 2 years ago with like a kilo of vanilla beans for like literally under $5. If you're ever in Indonesia, if you're in Tahiti, India, Mexico, Madagascar, any of these places, get vanilla bean because it's super cheap, especially if it's like India or Indonesia. It's super, super cheap, and you store it in sugar and it lasts for years. Like, it's so good. And I mean, as a lot of you know, like, if you buy vanilla bean at a store, you could be paying like $5 for one vanilla bean, or even like up to 10 sometimes. So, so yeah, or if you know anyone that's going to be traveling to these places, ask them to bring you some back. I'll also share you a little trick too, because vanilla beans, they smell so good that if you put them, like, just put one bean inside your pillowcase. If you sleep with a pillow, just put it in your pillowcase and every night you'll smell the vanilla. And it is like dreamy. It'll give you great dreams. So let's get started. So the first thing you're gonna do is get your dried out vanilla beans. You can also dry them out in a dehydrator if you want, but I just leave them in the sugar, and the sugar just sort of pulls out the remainder of the moisture that's in the vanilla bean. It could take a few weeks though, so that's how it goes. Yeah, so what you'll need is a coffee grinder, and yeah, so let's get started with that. So here's my coffee grinder, or if you have a spice mill, whatever is good, and you just put the vanilla beans in there. So you're gonna grind up your vanilla bean until it's in like a fine powder, like this. And then you're gonna put your vanilla bean powder in a little airtight jar, like that, which later on you can store in the fridge. And you can store this like, I mean, I've stored this for weeks. There's no problem with it. I wouldn't go for months with it, but like, that's why I'd only like maybe grind up one vanilla bean at a time and then store the remainder in the fridge. Okay, so now let's get on to the slushie. So the first ingredient we're going to put in is 1/4 of a lime. Now a lime, to make sure it's ripe, a lime is actually ripe when it's actually turning yellow, surprisingly enough. So if you get like a dark green lime, it's not ripe. You can either leave it out or just don't buy it at all. So I'm using 1/4 of a piece of lime. I like to actually keep the white, the pith on the lime. So just take off the skin, but do it don't go into the flesh of the fruit. Okay, so throw the lime in. I'd say about 3 to 4 cups of watermelon. You just cut it up in cubes. Don't worry about the seeds. Leave the seeds in. And then I'd say a tray of ice, 14 ice cubes, and then a little bit of stevia. I store my green stevia in a glass jar, so I'm just taking a little bit out. You can see it's about maybe like a 1/16 of a teaspoon, just a little bit. And then I put just a little bit of vanilla, maybe again like 1/16 of a teaspoon. It's not very much. Put the lid on. So this makes about, I'd say, about a liter. And then you pour it in the glass. Oh, this is so good. And then here you go, you've got your juice. You can even garnish it with like a little lime on the side. And oh, this is so good. Oh my goodness, pure yum. I actually love lime, so I might even put like a little bit more. So try this out. Try it out tomorrow. Like if you got sunshine in your neighborhood tomorrow, have this. And I just want to remind you, if you don't have any vanilla bean or you don't have stevia, this is still good. You can still blend up a few cups of watermelon with some ice, and you will have like a dreamy watermelon slushie. Cheers. So I'm wishing you guys a fabulous, fabulous day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.